Hey everyone, it's been a little while since the Visual Effects Society just released the list of nominations for this year's awards. I thought it was a great time to step back and make a video. Also, I have some interesting first time ever news for this Visual Effects Society Awards Gala this year. Stay tuned. I appreciate everybody's help getting me over 1,000 subscribers, but now I need more people to like videos and watch ours. So feel free to share this video on your social media, and I'll include a link in this video to the full list of Visual Effects Society nominees. As I mentioned, they just finished the bake-off and announced the full list of nominees for the Visual Effects Society Awards. One of the biggest pieces of news that's new this year for the Visual Effects Society is my company, CDW Studio Cloud, is actually going to be one of the gold tier sponsors for this year's Visual Effects Gala. We'll talk about that in a minute, but right now I want to cover some of the amazing work and nominees that came out this year. Avatar: The Way of Water made the biggest splash with 14 nominations across many different categories. So they're coming in as the real big guns here. I'm sure they're going to win some of the, if not many of these. And it should come as no surprise that another real big player this year is The Lord of the Rings, The Ring of Power, which came in with 7 nominations. The next one is Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, which came in for 5 nominations. We also had Disney animated feature Strange World up against Netflix's animated feature The Sea Beast, which both came in with 4 nominations each. Movies that got 3 nominations were The Batman, Top Gun Maverick, and Turning Red from Pixar. And there are many other titles that got 2 nominations, such as Fantastic Beasts, The Secrets of Dumbledore, House of Dragon, Jurassic World Dominion, Lightyear, Prehistoric Planet, which was a documentary. We have Stranger Things 4, Book of Boba Fett, Callisto Protocol, Wendell in the Wild, and there's a whole bunch more that got individual nominations, and really kudos to all of them. It's a great slate this year. Every year, the bake-off gets harder and harder, and these choices get harder and harder because the work just becomes more and more magnificent. How do you choose? I'd like to give a special shout out to a couple of folks I know from my days at Digital Domain, Liz Bernard and Jan Kramer. They have been nominated for the She-Hulk Attorney at Law series for Outstanding Animated Character in an Episode, Commercial, or Real-Time Project. You might recognize Phil Kramer from a video I did a while back where I interviewed him as the head of animation for Digital Domain, and he also was kind of the dude behind Thanos. So you might want to go back and take a look at that video. I'll link it right here. Also, I saw George Murphy's name mentioned there, Death of the Nile. He was the visual effects supervisor when I worked for a Disney company where we did A Christmas Carol with Jim Carrey. I worked very closely with him across that movie, and he's one of the sweetest men in show business. So I was really glad to see that he was getting recognition for the work he did on Death of the Nile. That specifically is for Outstanding Supporting Visual Effects in a Photoreal Feature. I will be there this year with my wife. Last time we attended was in January of 2020, right before everything got shut down. It was a magical moment for me going last time, where I was the guest of my wife, who was a Visual Effects Society member. And now I return here in 2023 as a Visual Effects Society member myself. And not only that, but I've been able to help bring CDW Studio Cloud to the Visual Effects Society as a gold tier sponsor. That means that we're heavily contributing to the event that evening and really lending our support in a very material way to the Visual Effects Society and the visual effects industry in general. When I look back to around 2017, when I started organizing talks at SIGGRAPH alongside my wife, or as that branched out and then be doing some talks and speaking events for CDW, and then breaking into the Visual Effects Society. This year I had 4 events that I helped coordinate and run at SIGGRAPH this year. I've really tried to contribute to the visual effects industry in a very concrete way through these talks, now through my membership in the Visual Effects Society. And so now we're sponsoring the 21st annual VES Awards Gala, which is on February 15th. And with our increasing presence within the industry, with the increasing core count of our farm, I'm just feeling like a real wave building where I'm going to be able to participate more and more in the success of our industry as a whole, internationally. If you're going to be at the Visual Effects Society Awards, drop me a note, put a comment below, or just send me a message on LinkedIn or email. I really would hope to meet up with as many people as I can there. Last time we went, my wife and I got to connect with so many people who we've come to love and adore and grown close to over the years. And I'm really looking forward to this event on a professional basis, on a personal basis, and I want to know who else is going. So make sure you reach out to me if you're going this year. I heard Patton Oswalt is again hosting this year. That guy is funny as heck, and he's such a visual effects and animation fanboy that he is always the perfect host to have. So that's it. Congrats to all the nominees. I'll see you there, and I'll do a wrap-up video after I get back.